The country has woken up this morning to very devastating news from this school and from this county. We have lost some of our children who have been studying here, and therefore at the outset I want to say that the government of Kenya sends the deepest sympathies and condolences to the families whose children have lost their lives or have been injured as a result of the fire that raced down one of the dormitories here in the wee hours of this morning. We also, as government, send condolences to the school fraternity, that is the proprietors, the parents, the teachers, and even the surrounding community for this very painful loss. Condolences also to the people of Nyeri, and I want to say that this injury is not an injury to Nyeri County, it's an injury to the Republic of Kenya. The children who have been affected, we wish them quick recovery and God's grace. Let me say a couple of things on behalf of my colleagues who are here. First, that we are all here, and I want to confirm to the country that all hands are on the deck to make sure that we carry one another along as a country as we mourn this tragedy together. This tragedy unites us even more and makes us realize our oneness, our indivisibility as a country. Our condolences as government have already been given out by His Excellency President William Ruto, who is away out of the country on official duty. For me and my colleagues here from both national and county governments, we can only echo those condolences. The second point we want to make is that the President of the Republic of Kenya has directed all government agencies, which includes national governments and county governments and all the other public agencies, as well as other stakeholders, to get deployed to assist this community to come to terms with this tragedy. We are all here. The Ministry of Interior will coordinate, even as different agencies perform different roles which have already been agreed. I want to thank the first responders, those who tried their best to save our children by trying to respond to that emergency. We are grateful to the Governor of Nyeri County, the political leadership of Nyeri County, the Senator who is here of Nyeri County, Senator Wamatinga is here, the Women Rep of Nyeri County, Mheshimiwa Rahab Mukami is here, the MP for Kieni is here, the Honorable Njoroge Wainaina, the MCAs, both the MC of this area and the MCAs of Nyeri, many of them are here, and therefore under the leadership of Governor Kahiga, thank you very much, the political leadership of Nyeri, for being there. The county government of Nyeri were some of the first agencies of government to provide support I also want to thank my colleagues from the Central Regional Security and Intelligence Team, led by the Regional Commissioner, Mr. Murugu, who is here, with the colleagues from other agencies, the police, DCI, for responding and being here from as early as 3:30 a.m. I also want to acknowledge again the immense role played by the Kenya Red Cross. The Secretary General is here, the regional head of the Red Cross for this region is here. I also want to acknowledge other partners, the neighbors, and so forth and so on. We are all here. And therefore, let me just say that PS for Education, Dr. Kipsang-Bilio, who is here, was here much earlier, and will remain with the other colleagues who are here for a while until we make sure that we support the teams that are locally embedded here. And from now henceforth, this effort to make sure that we process this tragedy will be coordinated, as I have said, by the regional team, but all the agencies have their respective mandates and roles. The county government have been very supportive in terms of some of the responses we've done earlier in the day. I know the country would like to know what the numbers look like and so forth and so on. Unfortunately, at this juncture, I am afraid that we cannot provide conclusive information on some of the questions the public and members of the press could be having. But I want to assure you that the government will provide all the information as soon as it is available to us, to the public and to the affected persons, and there is nothing to hide. But at the moment, they are still, we are piecing together the information. What we know up to now is that some of the children tried to escape the tragedy, and they ended up being hosted by neighbors and the community around. And so there are some children who are still alive and well, but they are of course traumatized, and they are in the hands of those who gave them refuge last night in that early morning. There are others also who have been picked by their parents, but definitely we have lost some children. It is extremely painful for any parent to lose their children in this manner, but this is what has happened. The DCI from Nairobi is here and already have begun piecing together some of the forensic information that we require. The Red Cross and GAO are helping in the tracing of missing children. And on behalf of government, we are appealing to any person who might be giving refuge to a child from this school who escaped last night to avail that child for purposes of accountability, so that we can be able to account for our children. Those children also require counseling and medical support, and therefore they should be produced. Equally, all parents who have their children must report to the Command and Logistics Center here, so that we can begin the reconciliation of accounting for our children. The school administration is working closely with the investigating teams, and the other agencies, including the forensics agencies, the government chemists, and everybody else is here. And therefore, one of the objectives of this exercise even as we continue to mourn our children and as we continue to wish quick recovery to those others who got injured by the fire. Our intention as government is to make sure that we establish what actually happened. We must find out what happened. That establishment of the truth is part of the closure and accountability process. We also want to assure members of the public and the concerned families and community that if for whatever reason any action or inaction by any person or authority may have contributed to this tremendous loss of life of the children of Kenya, those that through the process of inquiry of the truth are found to have contributed in any manner, of course, will be made to account for it. The government will support, as directed by President Ruto earlier today, the government will support all the agencies which are here in consultations with the county government to make sure that whatever needs to be done to process this scene is done conclusively. The government will also support this school through, of course, the Ministry of Education. The PS Education is here, Dr. Kipsang Belio, and the other agencies that are here to make sure that everything that needs to be done is done, of course, in consultation between national government and county government. I have a number of colleagues who are here. My sister here on my right is called Beatrice Askul. Beatrice is the Cabinet Secretary for EAC, Regional Development, and Arid and Semi-Arid Lands. And thank you, Waziri, for coming. We have PSs here. I have said PS Kipsang Belio is here, has been here for quite a bit of time. I can see PS Mudhoni, Mary Mudhoni, who is the PS for Public Health. I have also, is there another PS? I think the rest are the colleagues I had introduced. And we are all here. Therefore, the one last request I want to make is that for us to give proper and dignified response to this matter, there is an agreed structure of communication which has been agreed by all the agencies and stakeholders here, which will provide regular, transparent, but accurate and verifiable information. And therefore we appeal for patience, because some of the information that perhaps is required at the moment, we don't have it. But I think in a few hours we will have it. So what we have agreed is that I have directed the Regional Commissioner to make sure that periodic public information is availed as determined by the information that we continue getting on all the matters in question. We have also agreed that for the national government, the various officials who are here will also organize to make whatever commitments that needs to be made on behalf of national government in the manner in which will be agreed. And therefore, the Ministry of Interior will coordinate this exercise, will help just get our heads together to see that we go through this very, 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 very painfully and expensively traumatizing experience. I'll be leaving, but I'll be back later, and maybe in the days to come we will be able to return severally, because this is not a matter of just coming and seeing and going. This is a very serious national security matter, and therefore we'll stay on course. Either myself or the other colleagues will keep on coming to check and consulting with our colleagues here to make sure that nothing is left unattended. The other announcements concerning, for example, what happens to the children and so forth, where the children are being treated and so forth will be given by the relevant people in the course of the day in the manner in which it will be agreed. It's therefore not my duty to go and venture into those logistics. But the appeal is, any child who is out there, anybody with a child from this school out there, produce that child, avail that child for counseling, for help, and for accountability, even as we reconcile and provide accurate, verifiable information in the shortest time possible. Please be patient with us. We would like to tell you everything that you need to know now, but we don't want to tell you things that are either not accurate, that are incorrect, or that are not verifiable, because doing so will be desecrating and indignifying the sacred situation that we are in, where we've lost very young children in their tender years who came here to pursue their dreams and to try and contribute to the building of our country. So please bear with us. Information will not just be given by everybody. There will be an agreed way of regular information. We will give accurate and transparent information, but only the one that can be verifiable. Kwa hayo mengi na wachache, asanteni sana watu wa media, mumefanya kazi nzuri. I see you are also part of the team that is helping the country here come to terms with this situation by providing information to the public. Tunawashukuru, tunawatakia kila laheri. Mungu alaze roho za watoto wetu ambao labda hatuko nao duniani, waweke mahali pema peponi. Asanteni sana. This is not the time to say many things, and I want to end by saying, because of the fluid nature of the situation, allow us to stop there, and please don't ask for any question or clarification. Maybe in the next press briefing by the next government official, you will be able to get the information and the clarification you require. Asanteni sana.